Chapter 11. Late Dinner. The journey is filled with mystery. Every twisting of a twig and rustling of a leaf sends their eyes seeking out embouchures within the plethora of shadows lurking. They arrive in the early evening as the sun retires. The moon's slow progression above casts a gleaming shimmer on all below. The hoosamy tree seems proud, standing larger and taller than the rest. White brilliance of the moon's grace highlights all the fine swarthy hues and richly curved shapes. Sumar and Vinter open the door before they approach the entry. Their arms are clasped in the usual fashion, and the light within spills as carpet, a joyous welcome. "Come," they both seem to sing together, the two prized jewels of the forest. Stand as beacons of hope, not just for the elves, but before they would represent. Relief fills them all. "I am so dreadfully sorry to arrive at such a late hour," Farfadet apologizing, advancing. "We know," Vinter says, extending an arm to him in the lead. "I see you have fared well, though a bit sully." Sumar smiles generously, extending her arm to Groan and Jocunum just behind. "Yes, Aunt Sumar," Jocunum says, kissing Sumar's cheek before entering. "Yes, Mother," Vinter says, kissing her other cheek. "It is good to see you," Sumar tells Farfadet, guiding him in after Vinter releases his arm. "Stay as long as you like." Sumar shuts the door firmly and sings to the tree, and the vines seal the entry as the others all continue their greetings and affections towards each other. The guests, Shinlin, Pluo, and Bartek, stand out of respect with extended hands to clasp. Farfadet and Groan greet everyone kindly with pleasantry words. Jocunum progresses hesitantly, making sure Pluo is the last with the most brevity. The room smells strongly of spice and fruity fragrances. Petrichor bustles around the table, refilling drinks and displaying foods such as floury salads, bean broths, seaweed-stuffed mushrooms, and roasted nuts. The aroma is intoxicating to the three travel-weary elves. Everyone slowly, with much chatter, settles down at the modest table in the dining area. Sumar and Vinter each sit at the head, with Shinlin next to Vinter and the Bartek next to Sumar. Farfadet is between Bartek and Groan. Pluo sits next to Bartek, leaving a single seat next to him across from Shinlin. Jocunum is the last to sit, disapproving of the seating arrangement. She does nothing but look cross as she settles into her spot. Recognizing this, Groan snickers. "Shut up," she whispers tightly. Farfadet mumbles, observing. Eager to get everyone coming together, Sumar opens the conversation first. "How many survivors did you save? 4, Dree, and my sunshine?" 4, Jocunum answers, flat, grabbing extra helping of mushrooms. All the eyes in the room are on her as she gobbles more food. Groan and Farfadet do not speak, leaving the explanations to her, being that she was there first. Jocunum, however, is uninterested. Vinter nods at Jocunum in an encouraging, motherly way, attempting to get Jocunum to speak more of the experience. Jocunum rolls her eyes with a deep swallow of her masticated food. "Okay, if you want a blow-by-blow account." Mouths chew, but focus their attention on her. "Bodhi arrived first, and some of the animals to aid, from what the Yo tells me. The soldiers came along after. I rode a chassa and arrived towards the end of the skirmish. Those two," she points to Farfadet and Groan, "came after the fact." Then she immediately puts a heaping forkful of salad in her mouth, filling her pale cheeks like chipmunk. "But who pulled them out of the Underdark tunnels?" Sumar inquires, beaming only as a proud mother could. Obviously, it is a rhetorical question. "We did," Groan answers, seeing Jocunum's mouth is stuffed and eyes daring anyone to ask her to speak. "We went into the Forest Collective through Jocunum's council staff. The table is lost to faces. None can fathom such a thing possible." "How does the staff do this?" Spencer asked, amazed. The wood from the elder trees allows one to enter the forest collective, Farfadet explained to everyone. How did you get them out when you were not there? Shinlin inquired, still amazed. Yes, prompts Farfadet, eyeing his wards. How is such a thing possible? Look at her, Groan says, defensive. I just did what she asked. Draconum swallows, regarding Farfadet, astounded. You can't tell me no one has ever done that before? Never, Farfadet claims. Draconum squinches her mouth. She can't imagine that no one has ever in their history tried saving someone or thing through the sugar leak. Surely she can't be the first. I don't know what to tell you then. That staff was given to you, and you alone, Farfadet informs Draconum. They saved lives, Fencer defends. Yes, lady, they did, Farfadet remarks, bowing his head slightly to his sister. It is also against the rules. Perhaps the rules need to be revised, Seymour suggests, gazing proudly at her son, Groan. Perhaps, Farfadet remarks. That is for the council to decide. I am not the council, only part of it. I agree, Shinlin interjects. Our lives stand before any rule. Surely you can sway them, Farfadet. Yes, Bartek pipes up, looking from Sumar to Farfadet. Rules are set to save lives. But I think the council will decree a pardon on account that the lives saved in this particular account. First, we'll have to discover how such a thing was carried out, Farfadet wonders aloud. Fencer regards her daughter proudly. Oh, how did you manage it? You were always so precocious. I just told him to talk to the roots and pull them out, Draconum tells her mother, shrugging her shoulders. That's his gift, not mine. You gave them air, Groan reminds her. Oh, that, she says, plotting another bite of food. I just thought of what I would say if I were casting. Farfadet grows groan. And you? Yeah, that's what I did too. I thought of singing. Interesting, Farfadet remarks, pondering the possibilities. So, we were the first to discover this, Groan asks with an air of superiority. It would seem, Farfadet answers. Pet, Draconum calls. Yes, my lady, Petrichor replies, immediately rushing over to her side. Draconum is bemused. No, don't rush, Pet. Her fruity tone tempers him. I just would like some hot cinnamon tisane, if you don't mind. Not at all, Petrichor says, bowing low. With elderberries? That sounds delightful, Ventura asserts. Some for all, Petrichor asks everyone. Most of the table nod delighted. Let me get this straight, Plua's plummy voice inquires as he touches Draconum's hand with his. You did all this from miles away? Meh. Draconum shifts her hand under the table to her lap. Groan laughs and tries to pretend to be coughing. Sumar shoots him an annoyed glance before her eyes deepen. She holds up her hand that was hiding under the table attached to Bartek's. I had planning to ask for some time, Groan, she says coyly. Fencer grasps, simulating a surprise. A great joy encompasses her aspect, though most are wise to her. Would you be upset if I accept Bartek's marriage proposal? Her eyes glisten, and Bartek's face shines reddish-brown. This time, Groan appears sour, and Draconum is delighted. If it pleases you, Mom, it pleases me, he replies after several minutes. with the weight of the room bearing down on him. "Thank you for understanding, son," Samar beams, squeezing Bartek's hand. "Just know," Grum goes on a crooked tone, "he is not my dad." He points to Farfadir. "If anyone is my dad, it's Farfadir." Bartek smiles quaintly. "I'll accept that. In truth he is. In time, I am sure you will grow fond of me. That is all I wish." "Uncle Far," Jocunum says, teasing Groan. "Bah, whatever," Groan replies to Jocunum. "Father, Uncle Far." "Congratulations," Farfadir pronounces to the announced couple. Everyone extols the couple and murmurs gaily amongst them until Petrichor returns with a piping hot pot that smells strong of cinnamon. Eager members request a cup, and Petrichor generously serves them all. "How about you?" Farfadir asks of Venter and Shinlin. Shinlin looks expectantly at Venter, but she purses her lips tight, peering around the avid faces. "We are just good friends," she says, seeking out Pluo and Jocunum, widening her eyes and motioning to them. "Shinlin is Pluo's uncle. We are trying to arrange these two together." Jocunum rolls her eyes as Farfadir searches her reaction. "That does seem a fine match," Farfadir notes half-heartedly. "You, my dear sister, are a better match for Lord Shinlin, if you don't mind my bluntness." Shinlin's face becomes triumphant. Pluo is downcast, eyeing Jocunum dourly. "I think so too," Samar affirms. "He does compliment you well, two prime builders. You are a handsome couple." "Well," Jocunum avows, feeling trapped, "I had no intention of ever marrying again after—" Her voice trails, and her eyes sail off in the distance. "It would be for the good of Halfjar," Jocunum jabs at her mother. Nods and yeses are all heard around the table, agreeing. "That was so long ago," Farfadir reasons with Venter. "Is it time for you to allow yourself to be happy again?" "I am happy," Venter protests. "I have his child," she adds, waving her hands toward Jocunum. Farfadir grins, seeing Jocunum's display. "She's an adult, well past her naming. She has her own path, and you have yours. It is time to care for you again." Venter wipes her mouth and drops her napkin in her plate. Sourness encompasses her. Petrichor is there in an instant. "Any dessert, my lady? Fig pudding? Fresh a few hours ago. Your favorite," he asserts. "No, thank you, pet." Venter's voice is low as she examines the peach and yellow roses growing from her dress. Shinlin touches her arm lovingly, expressing his affection with his entire person. Petrichor moves on, pouring steaming tisane to empty cups. Pluo, having observed Venter, now tosses his napkin in his plate too. His eyes roll around the room, thinking upon the dragon and its whereabouts. "May I be excused?" "Yes," Samar answers, watching him closely with unresolved eyes. Farfadir, too, puts his napkin in his plate. "There is a meeting tomorrow, Jocunum. It appears that your idea was well taken by all of the Alfer and the Tundran ruler. I think they call it a king. They will be journeying here when things settle down and we can guarantee their safety." Excitement swells within Jocunum, and murmuring breaks out again amongst the family. Groan laughs loud and gaily. Sumar and Venter exchange proud faces of delight. Bartek and Shinlin both shake their heads in approval, while Pluo is not paying any attention, but trying to slip down the stairs to find the snoring dragon below. "Oh, Mom!" Jocunum starts excitedly. "I can't wait for you to see these giant people!" Venter's face lifts as a sweet smile grows upon it.
Well, hello. My name is DTKellogg. I'm an artist, illustrator, writer. I hope you enjoyed Late Dinner from Collective Minds, the series The White Wizard of Hofjar. That was a little nice downtime after all the excitement and drama that has just transpired. I hope you're keeping up. This is chapter 11. So if you're a little confused, you might want to go ahead and try to listen to or read some of the previous chapters. And if you haven't read book 1, you might have some questions too. You can leave them in the comments below. I will be happy to answer anything you have to ask within reason. Okay, so books are available, ebook or paperback, Barnes & Noble, Ingram, and Amazon. So get yourself a copy, and remember, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Until next time,